जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। सो आई नमस्कार सबको, गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी। मेरा नाम मनीषा है और मैं एक सनातनी हूँ। आज मैं बहुत गर्व महसूस कर रही हूँ कि मुझे आज के मुख्य अतिथि का परिचय देने का सौभाग्य मिला है। Just now I saw a message that somebody wrote that some of them are from Tamil Nadu and don't understand Hindi completely. So it's better we keep our conversation with the balance of Hindi and English, right? So हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि का परिचय माँ राज्यलक्ष्मी जी का परिचय मैं कराना चाहती हूँ। वो एक सनातनी है, एक आध्यात्मिक गुरु, a spiritual leader and social worker who works for the Hindu culture and is involved in many of the Hindu rituals and other things. So वो विदेश में भी रहते हुए हिंदू कार्य और हिंदू धर्म के हित के लिए कार्य कर रही हैं। तो माँ राजलक्ष्मी एक राजघराने परिवार की बहू हैं एंड उनका विवाह नेपाल के राजा शाहजी से हुआ है। वैसे तो माँ का परिचय देना दिए को रोशनी दिखाने के बराबर होगा, फिर भी मैं उनके कुछ कार्यक्रमों के बारे में और उनके कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के बारे में यहाँ पे बताना चाहूंगी। सबसे पहले मैं माँ राजलक्ष्मी जी के गुरु जी का परिचय देना चाहती हूँ। गुरु योगीराज 1008 बर्फानी दादाजी महाराज जी, जो कि रामानंदाचार्य संप्रदाय के महामंडलेश्वर थे, वही माँ राजलक्ष्मी के गुरु हैं। और माँ राजलक्ष्मी बहुत सारे हिंदू संस्थाओं की स्थापिका और अध्यक्षा भी हैं। तो उनमें से कुछ एसोसिएशंस के मैं नाम पढ़ती हूँ यहाँ पे। शी इज बीन द फाउंडर एंड इंटरनेशनल प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ वर्ल्ड NRI Association, active in many cities. She is the founder and president of Om Kriya Yog Spiritual Center of Barfani Dham, founder and president of WW Philharmonic NJ, New Jersey, USA. She has been involved in the organization of organizing many Maharudrams in USA and 24 hours Rudra Abhishekam and Mahamritya Yagna for past 21 years. And also 108 Hanuman Chalisa for the past 18 years. She has ordained many priests and have performed many yagnas. Okay. So आज मेरा ये सौभाग्य है और हम सबका ये सौभाग्य है। माँ राजलक्ष्मी जी का मैं सनातन हिंदू संघ के परिवार की तरफ से स्वागत करती हूँ, आप सभी की तरफ से उनका स्वागत करती हूँ। और आज का ये सुअवसर भी है कि हमारा YouTube चैनल का शुरुआत होने जा रहा है, जो कि माँ राजलक्ष्मी के हाथों से होने वाला है। तो इसका उद्घाटन होने वाला है। हमारे आज के टॉपिक की तरफ आते हुए मैं ये कहूंगी कि हिंदू समाज का और हिंदू समाज का हितों का हिंदू देश में ही हनन हो रहा है, ये एक सत्य है। इसके लिए हमें अपनी आंखें खोल लेनी चाहिए। और इसी विषय में आज माँ राजलक्ष्मी अपने विचार रखने वाली हैं और अपना कार्य हमसे साझा करने वाली हैं। शी इज गोइंग टू शेयर एंड टॉक अबाउट atrocities of Hindus in Hindustan. Okay, so not taking more of your time over here, I welcome Ma Rajlaxmi to take the center stage and speak to us. We all are very eager to hear you. Over to you, Ma Rajlaxmi.
जी, जय सिया राम। सनातन का अर्थ है, what is Sanatan? What is Sanatan? Sanatan is शाश्वत, what is there since infinity. देवादिदेव महादेव हो, विष्णु भगवान हो, आदिदेव ब्रह्मा जी सभी सनातन हैं। They are there before the universe was created. सदा के लिए सत्य है। जिन बातों में सत्य है, शाश्वत है, वही सत्य है। ईश्वर सत्य है, आत्मा सत्य है, मोक्ष सत्य है, और इसी सत्य को बनाने वाला मार्ग भी धर्म जो है वही सनातन धर्म है। You and I are torch bearer of this Sanatan Dharma. Our rishis and munis have said that वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, और बहुत सारे महावाक्यस that are there in Vedas and then in Upanishad they appear. These are realizations. This is not created by one individual, one unit of bricks and mortar. That's the difference of us and anyone else. Everyone else, it is an individual who became prophet, who became the preacher or teacher. For us, there are many, many Rishi, Maharshis, Yodha, be it from Rajasthan, be it from Goa, be it from Sri Lanka, be it from so-called Bangladesh now. That is what we are. Now, the genealogists and DNA scientists are saying that 55,000 years ago, the population explosion, XY, which is for male, and XX, which is called for female, started in Bharat. And from Bharat, the entire world was populated. This is something our rishis and maharshis have been saying. So we need to be proud of that fact. The thing is, we ourselves have forgotten who we are. What is our history? देवी कहती है, वो वेद पुराण इतिहास सुशोभित. Devi carries in one hand weapon, but in the other hand she has Veda. In one hand she has Shankha, but in other hand she has Rudrakshamala. That is how we have to be. We have to know our Shastra, Chanakyaniti. We all need to learn Chanakyaniti. If you do not know Sanskrit, then learn Sanskrit. This is what Veer Savarkar said. If you all know, I will come back to that. If you do not know Hindi, which is our Rashtra Bhasha, learn it. If you do not know how to protect yourself, take self-defense. If you do not, and more important than that, be in a spiritual practice every single day. Meditate and do homa. Very small homa. देखिए, PM मोदी जी बोलते हैं, why did he say, घंटनाद करो, शंखनाद करो. Those has deep-rooted meanings. Shankhanad, Shankadwani, Ghantadhani say Dushta, Rakshasa, Asuri Shaktiya, negative vibrations are not only removed from your environment but around the neighborhood. When I do homa in my home in USA, which I do every single day, and after, in the end, I offer Gokul Dhoop, and my neighbors, some of are Christian, some of are Jewish, some of course, are peaceful. They say, what is it that Rajlaxmi do you burn? It is smelling so beautiful. The entire neighborhood is fragrant from Gokul Dhoop. Find Gokul Dhoop. It's not difficult to find. So what I'm saying, we have the hidden true, intrinsic true, which is in our Vedas, Shastras, Puran, Upanishad, everywhere. Just learn it. If you cannot find it, these days it's all over internet. Google it, learn it. That's how my journey started. I am from Kashi, born and brought up in Kashi. And from there I went to Nepal. But from childhood, we were in my home, in my parents, my grandparents, my grandmother, she would make us small things for the birds to eat, and small, roti or goli made out of dough, and inside will be Ram. She will make us write that, and Bilva Patra, she will make us write Ram. Well, because the educational institutions were of either Christian or Protestants or Catholics, that's where we went. So we were writing. I asked my grandmother, "Can I write in English?" And she said, "Bhagwan शब्दों में भेद नहीं करते, वागर्थाविर संपृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगता पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। शब्द अर्थ कभी भी फर्क नहीं होते, भाषा होती है। Some languages are in kindergarten, some languages have done PhD and research. That's how our Sanskrit bhasha is. So learn Sanskrit, not just speaking Sanskrit, but Sanskrit literature, and along with that, learn your local language. Give protection to your local language, your local literature. We need to protect bhasha. The thing is, what did British do? Mughal did not. They did not impose their language on us as fiercely as British. They said, destroy their language, destroy their dharma, destroy the structure of Gurukul, destroy the education system, and this community will be destroyed. Fortunately, Dineshji, please mute yourself. I request everybody, when you join, do not unmute. I had to unmute. I had to take that precaution so Vishakha ji can be visible and talk. My request to everybody is, because my thought process breaks. So, we do know the atrocities that have happened to us. You just Google atrocities on Hindus, and you will find a long list of what has happened to us. Be it in Malabar, be it by Saint Francis. I won't call him Saint Francis. Francis of Goa. Inquisition और उसका capture. क्या किया उन्होंने? He strung, there is a pole in Goa. He strung females if they did not accept Christianity. He stripped these mothers, sisters, daughters naked and tied them to the pole in front of their family. Unless the family and that female converted to Christianity. Unfortunately, we have many schools and we call them Saint Francis Xavier School. What country are we living in? Where are we? That is in Goa. In Kerala, you know recently what is happening in Kerala. West Bengal, before the partition, West Bengal was brutally, Hindu community was brutally attacked by Soharwardism, Aurangzebism, Taimurlangism. I call them ism because this is a vichardhara. We are fighting with a thought processes. We are fighting with those who believe in removing everybody who doesn't believe in their thinking. They are all kafirs, they are all infidel, and they need to be removed from the earth. Mughal invasion, Shukracharya ke shishya hain. They were thrown out of Arya Bhumi. वो भारत भूमि, अखंड भारत भूमि, कश्मीर के जो हमारे ही इज कॉल्ड अलेक्जेंडर ऑफ भारत, सम्राट ललितादित्य जी. Google him, Google his name. He made the biggest Surya temple. Now it is in ruins, complete ruins, even bigger than Konarka Surya Mandir. Actually, it was the biggest Hindu temple, Sanatani temple. Now it is in ruins. It took them years to break it. Now West Bengal, what happened with Kashmiri Pandits, Kashmiri Sikh, Kashmiri Hindu Bhai Bandhu? We all know. 5 lakhs Hindus, Kashmiri Pandits, Sikhs had to leave. And who did they say to stay? Those who were doing menial jobs, cleaning their toilets, cleaning their homes. They were allowed to stay because they themselves did not want to stay. But they did not have any rights in the government job. Even if they became doctors, lawyers, and became the highest educated individual in the society, they still could not take those jobs in Kashmir. It's only with the recent changes in Kashmir, I will not go there, you all know it, that these individuals were able to do government jobs, were able to purchase properties. Still there are issues. Kashmiri Pandits are not willing to go back to Kashmir because they will be butchered. Many Kashmiri Pandits have been killed. West Bengal, before the partition, Soharwardi and Muslim League and so-called Dalit Neta, they broke Bengal into 2 parts. West Pakistan, East Pakistan. And now what happened afterwards? Hindus were killed. We all know what happened in Noakhali. It was Gopal Das ji who took up arms and he said, my Hindu girls and daughters will not be killed. I can go on and on and on. The thing is, the saddest part is, Jewish community, our Jewish brothers who have stood with Hindus, Sanatanis, we need to learn from them. The genocide that happened, the Holocaust that happened, it's a shameful blot on humanity. But what about Hindu genocide? What about Sanatani genocide? 400 million Hindus disappeared after Mughal invasion. Documented. But nobody talks about it. You do not hear about it. Yesterday I was on another show about West Bengal issue. The Narsanghar, the genocide that is happening, or atrocities that is happening on Hindu women and children. They are being told to leave your home or convert to peaceful religion and you will be accepted back into your village. This is a land jihad. This is land mafias. I'm not saying all TMC are all peaceful religion. There are many in TMC government which has won. Maata Banerjee did not win. She lost in Nandigram. But what was the hurry to take the CM oath? Why? What was the hurry? You are a mother. You should be protecting every citizen, regardless of caste and creed and religion in your state. Are you protecting? No, you are not. You are not. Video after video after video, instances after instances from West Bengal is coming where women are degraded, humiliated beyond imagination. A 14-year-old woman, a girl I would say, 14-year-old girl was stripped naked, paraded into the market, and then gang raped by 18 individuals. I could not see the video. Trust me, my heart breaks. We all cry. पर हमारी सुनवाई कहीं नहीं है. Mamata Banerjee, if you're listening to this mother, आप हजारों लाखों माताओं की हाय को ले रही हो. मेरी दादी कहती थी, my grandmother used to say, be kind to people who work for you. Be kind, be respectful to people who work for you. Because उनकी हाय, उनका रिदन भगवान भी क्षमा नहीं करता है. You can, मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगी, आप लोग समझने की कोशिश करिएगा. मेरी दादी का कहना, मेरे ग्रैंडफादर का कहना था, ईश्वर की लाठी जब पड़ती है तो उससे कोई नहीं बच सकता. इंसान की लाठी से एक बार बच भी सकते हो, बहुत होगी, मृत्यु होगी, पर ईश्वर की लाठी जिस पे पड़ती है वो जन्म जन्म तक पीड़ित रहता है. And that is what will happen to those guys who are inflicting atrocities on Hindus just because they are Hindu. You have no right. You have no right, absolutely no right to inflict such atrocity. Videos after videos are coming of rape, and they are being put on Instagram. 18 men raped a woman in open market, and that video was put in Instagram. I could not watch it. I saw a little bit, but there were people who watched it and they told me, Ma, you cannot watch it. Because what happens, once you attune yourself, you do sadhana, and you align yourself to Panchabhut, Panchatattva, Mahadev, Devadidev, Mahadev. मैं शिव भक्त हूँ, बचपन से ही काशी में जन्म हुआ, वहीं से आपके सामने आई हूँ. ये भी शिव नगरी है, बलिराजा की नगरी है. This is also a land for Baliraja, which is, if you look at India's map, right underneath is, Vinodji, I'm going to mute yourself. Right underneath is USA. So this is also शिव नगरी. मैं एक शिव नगरी से आपके पास आके, काशी से चल के, काठमांडू से चल के, मैं यहाँ शिव नगरी में आपके पास आई हूँ. I request everybody to keep muted yourself. Your sound is coming through and which is disturbing to me. So who gives the permission? And why are we quiet? Do you think if 100 crores of Hindu, Sanatani, regardless of they are Bengali or not, if they go into Bengal and confront Mamata Banerjee, can she do anything about it? No. It should be a Jan Andolan. If you cannot leave because of Corona, you can email to her on Twitter. Go on Twitter. Go on Facebook. Go on YouTube. Everyone has that access. We have started a campaign where we are writing to every official and we are trying to bring it to everyone's attention what is happening in West Bengal. In this day and age, Shyamji, you have to mute yourself. I have muted you. When it happened in Kashmir, Kashmir had 7 exoduses. When it happened in 1990, we did not have internet. We did not have all these social media. We didn't have any of these. But when it is happening in West Bengal, we do have it. We do have it. I would like to say, ये एक हिंदी पोएम है, मुझे बहुत प्रिय है. हिमाद्रि तुंग शुंग से प्रबुद्ध शुद्ध भारती स्वयं प्रभा स्वमुज्ज्वला स्वतंत्रता पुकारती अमर्त्य वीर पुत्र हो दृढ़ प्रतिज्ञ सो चलो प्रशस्त पुण्य पंथ है बढ़े चलो असंख्य कीर्त रश्मियां विकीर्ण दिव्य दासी सपूत मातृभूमि के श्रुकोण शूर विसासी. Yesterday was our Veer Savarkar Jayanti. We all know during British Samrajya, Rajya, whatever we call it, what happened with him. Read Veer Savarkar, what he has said, what he says. Please read it. He is an inspiration to all of us. And also, I'd like to say to everybody, my Guruji Maharaj, Yogi Raj Barfani Dadaji Maharaj, he's the one who guides me. He's the one who is speaking through me. What he said, my Grihast Sadhu are bigger, more profound, speak more profoundly, behave better than my sannyasi sadhu. Our rishis and maharshis एक निष्ठा के साथ एक पत्नी व्रता होके एक पति व्रता होके they used to live. I will request everybody to live your life with utmost purity, and if you align yourself with purity, then there is no stopping you. देखिए, आजकल many people are saying to leave the world and go somewhere in the village and see to it that, self-realization and attain moksha and attain such things. To those people, I say, I'm going to go back to Hindi. भौतिक जगत के पाप आसक्ति भय कामना ही तो छोड़ना है. It's kind of leave it to those who want to do this. But to this audience and other audience, take it from me. I came from a Sanatani family with deep-rooted Sanatani values, even though my education was in Protestant institution. Then I went to another Sanatani family, very, very Rishikesh Shaji, late Rishikesh Shaji. If you Google, you would know. He was my father-in-law, intellectual. But I chose my path, my way. I aligned myself to divinity. And when you do that, माँ जगदम्बा देवाधिदेव महादेव आपके इष्ट आपके आराध्य आपके मंत्र आपकी देवता देवी देवता आपकी साधना will start guiding you, telling you what to do, where to go, what to read, what to say, what to write. Every memo, every thought, every speech of mine is offered at Jagadamba's feet. Every thought, action, all my worldly belongings are offered to Devadidev Mahadev. I have requested anybody who follows me, listens to me, thinks like me or behaves like me to live like this. Life becomes very easy, You do not have, yes, of course, stress will be there. Little imperfections in physical body will happen because this is perishable body. But at the same time, your life is beautiful. It's something that you can be proud of. मैं कैसे, whatever we have accumulated, my relationship, my whatever I have in this life, how can I relinquish? Even Adi Guru Shankaracharya, he said that in one of his suktas. I won't repeat it here, you all know it. That just by taking kesha and wearing saffron clothes, you do not become sadhu. That's what my Guruji Maharaj said to me. Be a sadhu from your thoughts and action and your words. बाहरी वस्त्रों से कोई साधु नहीं होता मुन्नी. And he had told me that was my life-changing moment. He said, all your relationship, everyone that is offered to you is offered by Ma Jagadamba in a thali. In a beautiful thali, in a plate, she has offered it to you. When you get a prasad, what do? You take that prasad in your anjali, you eat it and you put it on your forehead, on your head, so not a drop will fall on the ground. That is what he said to me. Treat every single human being as your family. And then I asked him, what about those who are attacking us? He said, Devasur Sangram mein Shankaracharya was thrown out of Aryavart. They are his lineage. That is the reason why they are behaving this way. You do not, even then, Devasur, Devi Devata और महादेव और विष्णु भगवान मोहिनी का रूप धर के उनके साथ छल किया था. You have to put them in their place. So those who attack you, you need to be in a position you can do self-defense. If a thief comes to your home, what would you do? Would you open the door and tell them, come on, आ जाओ भाई, मेरा सारा घर का सामान चोरी करके ले जाओ, मेरे बच्चों को ले जाओ, उनको slave बना दो, whatever you want to do. No, we will not. We'll call the police. And if police doesn't come in time, we ourselves will protect those who need protection. We need to be in that place now. Those peacefuls, I call them Mims, Kangi, Naxal. They are attacking us worldwide. They are very, very systematic and organized way in traditional media, in digital media. So I ask Gitesh ji, Vishakha ji, and all these mandal sadasya, take my words. I may be older than you, same age as you, younger than you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm speaking from a safe place. We call US a safe place, but believe me, it is not safe anymore. It's not. We Hindus, categorically, when Black Lives Matters protests were going all over US, Hindu stores were ransacked. Categorically. Hindu jewelry stores were attacked and vandalized. So who is behind it? Who is the one? And also, repeatedly we see on Amazon, on eBay, on Walmart, these are big organizations in US. Repeatedly we see there are products that have Hindu Devi Devata, Sanatani Devi Devata, images, words, Om, swastika, on the toilet paper, doormats, in बहुत ही अभद्र तरीके से इनको market में लाया जाता है. The moment we hear about it, we start the campaign and it's taken out of the market. I'm asking all those who are listening, who are in digital market, you know it. How much money it takes for the research, for putting a product on the market, and then advertising takes millions of dollars to put that product on the market, on the shelf. Who is behind it? Amazon, eBay, Walmart, all these big collaborations, they have legal team. Why is it that they do not their due diligence, and before these products are on the market, they are not put on the shelf? Repeatedly it happens. There was a website on New Jersey taco site where Mahadev and Jagadamba were created into cartoon, like a taco. Taco is like a roti, you folded roti. They were created like that. We took it down. We complained and the site was down and they had to remove. I do not know if the site is live or not. So what I'm saying, there is, पहले भी हुआ था, मुगल समय में भी हुआ था, क्रिश्चियन ब्रिटिश साम्राज्य में भी हुआ था, राज में भी हुआ था, अभी भी 70 years of कांग्रेसी राज्य में भी सिर्फ स्कैम, घोटाला, करप्शन यही हुआ है. We are सनातनी, हम सनातनी विचारधारा के हैं. हमें कहा जाता है, we are told to live with purity, utmost purity. We are told to attain moksha. Corruption is not going to give you moksha at all. My guru said, Rajlaxmi, मेरे को मुन्नी बोलते थे, Rajlaxmi भी नहीं बोलते थे, मुन्नी बोलते थे. He used to call me मुन्नी, बिटिया, तेरे को मोक्ष मिल गया. I told him, Dadaji, I don't want moksha. I don't want moksha. I want to help out each and every brother of mine, sister of mine, who is being persecuted. I have tears in my eyes. Every single day, this mother, this sister cries for all Sanatanis. And trust me, our tears, our anguish, our kshova, akrosh will not go in vain. It will be heard. It will be heard by Mahadev, Jagadamba, माँ काली का रूप धर के आएंगी और इनका विनाश करेंगी. There are many apologists for Islam, as far as Marxist scholars in India have sometimes attempted to reduce Islamic jihadism or conversionism in India to gratuitous of lust for plunder. That is not true. It's not acceptable. Religious persecution of systematic mistreatment of people, individual or group due to their religious belief cannot be tolerated. We all have to raise voice. That is what Jewish community does. They do not look for their government to support them. Each Jewish individual, I'm in US, I can tell you this. Each Jewish person, Jewish community, after their children, most of them, after their children are educated in high school, sends them to Israel to learn Judaism. They teach them. Jewish community is very much smaller than Sanatani community. Persecution, we should learn from them. They are persecuted badly. Persecution is any systematic mistreatment where the victims experience suffering, harassment, fear, pain, imprisonment, and in cases of religious group, persecution denies or limits freedom. I'm asking you, there are so many Muslim countries. How many countries allow Hindus to practice their religion? None. Some are coming forward with building temples. Saudi Arabia is one. But I doubt 50 years from now, 30 years from now, when Takhta is different, when some other person is sitting on the throne, what will they do to our temple? The jihadis, the peaceful, will come and take care of the temple that are there. That is what they have done. The destruction of temples, institutions, educational institutions, killing of learned monks, scattering of Hindus, students, led to a widespread decline of Hindu education. It did not stop there. After our independence, 5 education ministers, who were they? They were from peaceful communities. How come we do not read about Samrat Ashok, Kashmir, its glorious days and its decline? Why don't we read about Vijayanagaram? Why don't we read about Jain? Why don't we read about all the Chol Rajas? Their glorious days, they went beyond Myanmar. Akhand Bharat. Why don't we read about that? Why are we told only about Shahjahan, Jahangir, Akbar, and they were all humanitarian? Why street after street is named after Aurangzeb? Why don't we read about Shivaji Maharaj, Maratha Samrajya? Because 5 education ministers was from peaceful community. They rewrote our history. Education books do not tell Sanatani glorious past. A line only where Sardar Veerputra Bhagat Singh is called a terrorist, Maharana Pratap is called a terrorist. And he is told, it is written that he lost the war against Akbar. That is not true. I can go on and on. It boils me the way destruction has happened to us. 1400 years of being enslaved by someone who invaded us. And after that, the Christian community came, the British came, and their enslavement of a different kind. Yes, there are many psychologists that tell you that this 1400 years of enslavement leaves a DNA on you, leaves its chap, its muhar on you. It is okay. Accept it. Take your history. Take your whatever happened to your ancestor. Believe me, many ladies, men, individuals come and talk to me and tell me how point blank their ancestors were murdered, hung from the trees. It pains me. But is it documented anywhere? No. But why do we look for our government to rectify this? We need to do it ourselves. Government is bound by protocol, by rules, regulations. PM Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, Doval ji, Jaishankar ji, many of them are doing as much as they can. They are bound by protocol, by religion, not by religion, by protocol, by rules. I meant to say rules. And they are governing entire Bharat, not just Sanatani. And Sanatani have become Hindus. I use the word Sanatani because when you say Sanatani, Sanatani means those who follow Vedas. Follows the Rita of Veda, Suktas of Veda, Mahavakya of Veda. It can be Sikh, it can be Jain, it can be Bauddha, it can be Arya Samaji, it can be Radha Swami, Swami Narayan, and many, many other different shakha. That's why I use word Sanatani. So, our government has to work with everybody at the same time. The government needs to give protection who cannot protect themselves. That is why they are there. That is why we put them there. We elected them to say. Now let me ask you a question. BJP was very sure that it's going to win West Bengal election. Miscalculation, it could be or whatever. BJP IT cell, BJP Karyakarta were hung before the election. So in spite of all those, why did BJP was so sure that they will win the election? And all of a sudden, biochemical war starts, the second step. Why? All of a sudden, India was engulfed in COVID. Worse way than ever. The first one. Right before, a week before election, when in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, in Nepal, that was not the case. Why in Bharat? Why in India? All of a sudden. Think about it. I would like to say, Udyogina Purusha Singha Mupayati Lakshmi. Those who work and work hard. Ma Lakshmi also is benevolent to those. But if you say that I want Ma Lakshmi in my home and do nothing, the blessing from divinity doesn't come your way. So I think I have spoken quite a bit.
Yeah.